Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. And as you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to be giving y'all tips and tricks on how to survive a warehouse job. I've worked at 4 different warehouses. I know it gets stressful, I know it gets draining, and I know it gets tiring. But speaking from experience, I'm going to give y'all these tips on how to survive a warehouse job. So the first thing you want to do is create an end goal. Okay, so before you even apply to just any job, you really want to have your end goal in mind. An end goal could be maybe you want to go back to school or something like that, and you need to use this job to fund this particular goal. That's what you have to focus on when you go into any job. You got to know that that job is not going to be permanent for the rest of your life. You know, we don't live in the generation before us. We don't have to work a job for a straight 10 years. We have options, so use your options. The second one is going to be work overtime. Work your overtime. Why would you not take advantage of overtime? People at my job now actually ask me, why do I work so many hours? Why is that even a question? I never want to have to question are my bills going to be paid. That's why I work overtime. Like, I don't even know why people ask that. My third one is wear your mask, keep your head down. So usually with warehouses, there are thousands of people, if not hundreds of people. So obviously you're gonna have to wear a mask just for your protection or whatever. So you wanna, what I mean by keep your head down is usually when you have on a mask, nobody can really see what you look like. Keep your mask on. Like, I mean, I know it gets hot. You know, I know it gets hot. You may have to pull it down so you'll be able to breathe. But keep your mask down, keep your head down, and walk in there focused on what you need to focus on. You know you got an 8-hour shift, a 10-hour shift, a 12-hour shift. Get those hours knocked out of the way, and then you'll be able to go home. Have good attendance to move up the ladder. So with most warehouses, they have point systems. So a lot of times it'll be like a call out number. You don't have to directly call management and say, oh, I'm not going to be at work because of X, Y, and Z. You can just call and it'll be like press 1 to call out, press 2 to call in late, things like that. But you really want to make sure that you have good attendance when you first started working. Now, granted, you're going to have your days, but just make sure that you have good attendance. So let's just say you don't really care for the position that you're working in at the moment, but you see another position that you seem like you will be interested in. If you have good attendance, you'll be able to, 9 times out of 10, you'll be able to move into that other position. If you have good attendance and have a great work ethic, because then management will be like, oh, they're always at work. They're always here. We wouldn't mind moving her up to a different position. Don't become affected by drama, okay? Now, I know this is hard. It's hard. There's no way you can completely avoid drama. Just don't let it affect you. One thing that I have to tell myself all the time at my job now is that people talk about you because they have nothing else better to do. They project their problems onto you as if it's your fault, but it's not your fault. And sometimes it's also jealousy. People can be jealous because they see something in you that they don't have within themselves, so all they can do is get mad and upset. A lot of times it's personal problems that people have. It's not always you. Because you got to realize you're the one that lights up a room when you walk into a room. That's why people talk about you. You can't always take it super personal, but I know how it is, Tracy. Take breaks when you need. You can work very long hours. Sometimes it's scorching hot in the warehouse. Sometimes it's freezing cold. Sometimes just the conditions of a warehouse can be kind of daunting, draining, and all that. So take breaks when you need. Especially if you've been working a whole bunch of hours, don't feel bad if you want to call off of work. If you want to call off of work, or if you want to take 2 days off of work, which would be even better, just request 2 days off of work and then just come back and do your thing. Keep up with your scheduled work times. I actually had to learn this the hard way. Speak to the manager that is responsible for inputting your time. Most warehouses do pay every week. That's a pro. keep up with your time. So if you work 12 hours 4 days a week, make sure that they put that time in the computer so you will get paid on time. It's happened to me before to where I have worked and I had to wait the following week to get the paycheck. Even though they paid every week, I still had to wait another week because they were being irresponsible on their end and they didn't put their time in. But me, if I would have been proactive, make sure that you be proactive and you go speak to these managers that are responsible for putting your time in, okay? You want to spice up your resume and apply to multiple positions on Indeed. So even when I am working a job that I do like, I feel like there's always something better for me out there. So I will add my experience and skills on my resume, and Indeed, you can create a free resume. They'll even help you create the resume. So when you apply for the job, it automatically sends the job that you're applying for your resume. You want to put small skills. Do you have fast typing skills? How many years of customer service experience do you have? Have you worked in the food industry? Have you worked in a warehouse, office settings? All those little skills matter. When you're putting in a job description, be extremely detailed with your job description. Don't just put one sentence. Be as detailed as possible. And let me give y'all a tip. Type in whatever job you do and then type in job description. Let's just say you're a bartender job description on Google, and it will give you a whole list of bullet points, and then just kind of tweak the bullet points and put them into your resume. Don't tell all your business to co-workers or management, okay? Now, y'all, this probably has to be the most annoying thing that you have to deal with at any job, almost any job that you go to. Don't feel bad about it. Sometimes you're gonna have to stop people in their tracks and be like, look, you don't have to yell, you don't have to scream, but you really need to let people know that some things are just not their business. So when people are asking, this is one question that I genuinely hate. So what are your plans for life? Don't even get me started, but you don't have to expose yourself at work. These people are your co-workers. You don't see them outside of work. Maybe you do see them outside of work, but you don't hang out with them outside of the work. They are not your friends. Everybody already knows with me, unless you're a close cousin or unless you're a close friend that I've been friends with majority of my life, I'm not obligated to tell you anything. And people will push your buttons. They will see how far they can go with you. You really need to set that tone that certain things are just not their business. Because a lot of times what people will do, especially at work, I don't know why work tends to get so messy, but they will look for an insecurity, or they'll look for you to fail. They really will. Let's just say you expose your business about maybe you and one of your exes, right? Maybe you and one of your exes' relationship didn't work out right. Now all your business is all over work. And now you have like 5 or 10 people coming to you asking you personal questions, very personal questions. Yeah, and if somebody gets mad, if it offends them, hey, let them be mad. They'll get over it. I promise you, they will get over it. They will. So that's all that I have for this video. Thank y'all so much for tuning back in. Any tips that you can think of, feel free to comment them below. And comment below and let me know which warehouses you have worked at. And I will see y'all in the next video, and y'all stay safe.